Should you contribute to a Roth 401k or traditional pre-tax 401k? I am passionate about personal finance and planning. This is literally one of my most favorite topics to discuss. We do all Roth 401k contributions, and in this video, I'm going to share the benefits, pros, and cons to help you make a smart financial decision. Let's get to work. With over 70% of companies now offering Roth 401ks, this decision is becoming more and more important. So you're not alone if you're wondering how this decision applies to you. Roth 401k, here we go. Yes, you will still get your employer match if you contribute to your Roth 401k. Yes, the Roth 401k funds grow tax-free. Yes, you need to smash that like button. Those employer matches have to be put inside your traditional 401k and they will grow tax deferred, resulting in you having a really nice hedge down the road depending on what could happen with federal tax rates. Because if you have both, you'll have the option of pulling from after-tax funds or pre-tax funds, allowing you to manage your tax brackets during retirement. Stay tuned for an upcoming video about tax bracket management. The one main disadvantage of the Roth 401k is that you have to pay taxes on those contributions today. But in my opinion, it's totally worth it. Like, totally worth it, bro. Doing this will result in a smaller net take-home paycheck, which will impact your monthly budget. So proceed with caution if you're going to go cold turkey from all pre-tax 401k to all Roth 401k contributions. Maybe consider doing this on a 3-paycheck month or on a month when you know you'll have less expenses. Quick disclaimer, I was a financial advisor for over 8 years, but I am not your financial advisor. You need to consult with your CPA and your financial advisor to see if this makes sense for you. The one main advantage of the Roth 401k is that, well, you're done paying taxes after you make this contribution and the funds will grow tax-free. Which one do you like better, Roth 401k or pre-tax 401k? Leave a comment below and let me know. To help give this video some context, I'm going to link this video right here and in the description below where I discuss your effective tax rate today compared to your marginal tax rate. We then compare those to what your tax rates could be during your retirement years. The results might surprise you. The reason why I say that is because you can literally invest in the exact same mutual fund whether you are making these contributions into your Roth 401k or pre-tax 401k. So although there are other factors to consider as well, this really is not a question about performance and really a question about do you want to pay taxes now or pay taxes later. Hey man, I'm planning on buying a home next year. What should I do? Good question. If you're investing in your 401k on a pre-tax basis to get the tax deduction, you should be aware that that decision will actually hurt your debt-to-income ratios. This is because your average monthly taxable income will be smaller because you're getting the deduction. Conversely, if you're doing a Roth 401k contribution, your average monthly taxable income will be higher because it will actually be closer to your true average monthly gross. What's up, K-Shoal? I'm Dr. Awesome, and I make a lot of money. So I want to avoid paying all those taxes at that higher tax rate and get that deduction. How do you get my wife's scrub cap? First off, Doc, I'm thankful and proud of you for all the hard work you do. Thank you. However, I think you might have missed last December's White Coat Investor article. Roth 401k is where it's at, bro. Okay, let's look at some numbers. The most interesting myth I've heard is, yeah, but Kyle, I'm investing more money if I do 6% into my pre-tax 401k as opposed to 6% into my Roth 401k. Every time I hear this, it makes me laugh out loud and roll my eyes because if you just take a minute to look at your paycheck, you'll find that a 6% Roth 401k contribution is the same as 6% of your gross income. The difference is you're just paying taxes on that 6%. So you're investing the same amount of money, broski. Side note, even if you do contribute to your pre-tax 401k to get the federal income tax deduction, you still have to pay FICA taxes on Medicare and Social Security. So there's that. Numbers, right. Okay. For example, let's say that you're single and you make $60,000 a year and you put 10% away into your pre-tax 401k. Let's ignore the whole effective tax rate conversation and focus just on your highest marginal tax rate, which if you're single at that income amount would be 22%. This means that you are avoiding paying $1,320, which is 22% of $6,000, which breaks down to be about $50 a paycheck. On a $60,000 a year income, if $50 a paycheck makes or breaks your month, then you either need to make more money to afford your lifestyle, or you need to click this link right here about how to make a budget and really analyze how much money comes in and how much money you spend. Because it's not always about how much money you make, but rather how much money you keep that matters. $6,000 invested over a 30-year period would be approximately $180,000, and with an average rate of return of 7%, you could potentially have nearly $575,000 in this account. So you're basically avoiding paying $50 per paycheck in taxes so that you have $575,000 in a tax-deferred account. How does that make sense? If I were you, I would pay the $50 in taxes and have $575,000 tax-free. Ignoring whatever your profession is, if you're single and you make more than $139,000 a year, or if you're married filing jointly and you make $206,000 a year or more, you cannot fund a Roth IRA. But Roth 401ks have no income limitation, and that is a huge difference. If you're blessed to have such a high income, then I hope you are also blessed to have some financial maturity over your money and can afford to pay the taxes now without it impacting your quality of life. That said, although it's possible, most people don't want to go from their high income lifestyle to a lower income lifestyle during their retirement years. Typically, the more money you make, the more money you spend. Welcome to America. Even if you drop a tax bracket or two during your retirement years, we have no idea where the federal income tax rates will be 20 to 30 years from now. But given how high they were in the past, how much debt our American government is racking up, the Social Security dilemma coming in 2034, and the high probability of federal tax rates being higher 20 to 30 years from now, it just might make sense to rip that Band-Aid off now, pay the taxes, and let your Roth 401k funds grow tax-free. Another tip, Roth 401ks do have RMDs, and Roth IRAs do not. So if you're in that situation, you might want to consider an in-kind transfer and roll over your Roth 401k funds into a Roth IRA before RMDs kick in. Go ahead and subscribe for future videos. If you're interested in learning more about the 2020 retirement account limits, click this video right here. Otherwise, you might like this video instead. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time.